Tate, I made some picnics. Guess I gotta cook it till after the show.
What's cooking, good looking? Welcome to Show 31.
Hey freshmen, we all know that food is amazing. But you know what's more amazing? Free food. And you know where you can get a free food, specifically a drink? In the Rally Court this Friday, June 3rd at the Freshman Council bonding event. Come out to the Boba Bash in celebration of completing your first year of high school. Pick your drink and choose your toppings. Add your favorite freshman year memory to the memory wall. Just remember to bring your ID card and see you there.
It's cool how our class council always have some sort of event cooking.
That's true. It makes me prideful to be an Apache.
True. Speaking of pride, June is Pride Month, so let's follow Caressa as she explores the ever-changing and hotly debated event that's Pride.
This starts not only with pride, but with anger. The year is 1969. The place is Stonewall Inn, and the occasion? A police raid.
Trans and gender nonconforming women, people of color actually, in New York were at a bar in Stonewall, and they were being harassed by police and arrested. I think up until that point, that was a very common occurrence.
Except this time, they fought back. Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson are both attributed with being the first to incite the Stonewall riot by resisting police.
Her name is Sylvia Rivera, her body, her only resource. This began with a black trans woman. Her name is Marsha Pay It No Mind Johnson. Pay it no mind every time the pigs arrested her and other trans and genderqueer persons.
The riots lasted over the span of a couple days and is sometimes ironically referred to as the first Pride Parade, since people were parading through the streets in protest.
And so that ended up being a very historic point in which queer and trans people just kind of stood up and said, you know, we're done, and so we're going to stand up and we're going to be proud of who we are. And so that's what Pride has become. It's become an annual parade and festival where different LGBTQ organizations and people and the whole community comes out. Pride means different things to different people. And so, you know, this is an opportunity, this is a month to celebrate all the different ways that people can be proud or, you know, navigate and negotiate what being queer and trans means to them.
Thanks, Caressa. Hey, Tate. So I was binge scrolling through Yelp and I found this really cool restaurant in Santa Monica.
Ooh, when are we going though?
It's so far. I'm not driving that far.
Well, who said we have to drive? Recently, the Metro has extended the Expo and Gold lines to Santa Monica and Azusa. Let's check out where else the Metro goes.
Reminder of something terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. I find over the course of our human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here. Oh my, too deep, please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. There are things we can do, but from the things that work there are only two, and from the two that we choose to do, peace will win and fear will lose. There's faith and there's sleep. We need to pick one, please, because faith is to be awake, and to be awake is for us to think, and for us to think is to be alive. And I will try with every rhyme to come across like I am dying to let you know you need to try to think. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought, cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Whoa, whoa, that's so cool. Thanks, Austin. Who needs cooking when we can eat in Santa Monica?
Let's go get lunch there, like, right now.
Okay, BRB.
My name is Jerry, I'm 12, and I'm addicted to cats. I take my cat on catwalks, literal catwalks. Like me, he doesn't like to go outside. He prefers to stay inside and watch cat videos. I go to class with my cat. I edit with my cat. My cat is a celebrity, and I'm his bodyguard. Everyone follows where he goes. I set my cat up for dates. Here, my cat is on a date with a fellow ginger. He ditched the boy because the boy wasn't good enough. And finally, I am a cat.
That was delicious.
True, but that meal had so many components.
You know what else has a lot of components?
Huh?
Composing music. Let's go to Kwang for Under the Radar as he talks about music composer Paul McKalen.
Hey Apaches, I'm Quang Pham and this is Under the Radar.
Hi, my name is Paul McKalian and I'm a composer. I've been composing since I was in 8th grade and I've been doing it ever since. Essentially, my parents wanted to have me take piano lessons, and so from there I just kind of began, writing on my own, and that just kind of turned into this big thing where it just became my whole life. My biggest influences musically are Debussy and Ravel. They're classical composers. I participate in a lot of composition competition programs and stuff. One recent one I just did, they had USC doctorate students play one of our pieces, which is pretty cool. I will be majoring in composition at UCLA as one of the only freshman composers in the entire department.
Nice to meet you, Paul. This has been Quang Pham. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Quang. Now,
Let's see what the NBA has fried up recently.
Hello, Apaches. I'm Edward.
And I'm Danny, and welcome to our special edition of the Sports Team, NBA Finals Edition. So Eduardo, who do you pick? The Steph Curry-led Warriors, or the up-and-coming Cavaliers led by LeBron James?
With the experience that LeBron James has in the playoffs, I do believe that it's going to be an easy sweep for them. They've been looking great so far, and I think it's going to be an easy victory.
All right. I say, the Warriors are going to come out, they're going to be really powerful, and, they still have to defend, the champion title they had last year, and the new held NBA record, finishing 73-9. So I'm going to take the Warriors after Game 6.
So let's just hope that after the victory, Steph Curry can finally sit in the front seat of his car.
Well, LeBron James could finally pursue his career in acting.
Draymond Green can finally join Shrek and have his long-awaited waffles.
Well, I guess Kyrie Irving will hopefully find love.
This has been the special edition of Sports Team. Back to you guys in the studio.
Talking about sports, football is having an informational meeting on Wednesday, June 8th during lunch in J112. In addition to having juicy details about our football program, they will also provide food. So make sure you head on over to learn about the benefits of being part of Arcadia football. Do you smell that?
no worries. You don't smell that bad.
I think my cake is burning.
I guess it's time for a break, maybe.
Will you go to prom with me? No. Okay. Will you go to prom with me? No. Okay. Arnica, will you go to prom with me?
No.
Okay. Oh my gosh, dude, I can't find a prom date anywhere.
Well, I guess the last thing you gotta do is farm.
That's a good idea.
You're welcome.
This is how you farm for a prom date. Will you go to prom with me?
No.
Okay.
I'm just here to hold your hand when you die and to show you around imaginary places. Put muddy lumps in my bloody stump and the bull have a smile that's a perfect circle. Die in your sleep with a sky at your feet. I'll shoot you when you're happy on the day you will find peace. How did you do? I don't know. I'm okay. Every person I know is a secret story agent. Cause I'm accused of lewd conduct. Stole the heart to rape her prom site. And I got a woman for my arrest and put me in a loony bin. A funny farm because of what I did. But I'm just here to hold your hand when you die. There was not a single person who could do it better. No need to skip it in my ecosystem. But in the audience, me be even Christian HMO. How I hate himself. But it charged me for a halo. But I'm in a scavenger hunt for a bear for the chunk. Of the sky, very other place with a mud pie. Play dead songs on the silk screen. By my shirt, it is a chill dream. It is not to lead away to the stairwell. To a God's administrative of a center for the farewell.
Hello, false alarm. My cake is alive.
Tate.
What?
Tate.
What?
Apocalypse time.
Hey Apaches, Dylan Morris back from our Morris Last movie review. This week I watched X-Men Apocalypse, directed by Bryan Singer. X-Men follows Professor Xavier as he tries to continue running his school for gifted youngsters. Yet when an ancient mutant, Apocalypse, is resurrected, he must assemble his mutants to save the world. The story was intertwined with every character's storyline seamlessly flowing into another, giving the film a rich story. Also, the acting was very good, especially Michael Fassbender's Magneto.
Now that person will know what it is to lose someone they love.
Henryk, proszę cię, nie rób tego.
My name isn't Henrik. My name is Magneto.
This movie's action was also very exciting, with each fight proving better than the last. Apocalypse was a really cool villain, taking on a godlike persona, whose motives, while they were pure at heart, would eventually lead to the destruction of the entire world. The film's only problem, though, was that it was really long. With a runtime of 144 minutes, it starts wearing on the viewer. Although it has a long runtime, they utilize it well with great character development. All in all, this film was entertaining, had great characters, and a great story, but it was a little too long and you could feel it. I'd give this film 3.5 bald heads out of 5. Thanks for listening. It's been Dylan Morris. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Dylan. Well, our show is unfortunately coming to a close.
Before we go, here are some handy food tips.
If you want to keep an avocado from turning brown, just put some lemon juice on it before you store it.
Cut your meats and vegetables at an angle to help them cook faster.
And most importantly,
Keep it fresh, Arcadia.